Jackie, Carolyn Bassett, and Marilyn Monroe. How and where did she go? Hi everybody, you can follow me around. My name is Lasha Rajanko. Welcome to High Voltage, and this is the book we are reading, which is Ask Not, the Kennedys, the Women They Destroyed, by Maureen Callahan, and I'm sure that my hand just covered the entire book. However, I mean optically, visually, so I'm diving right into the book. That's it. Here I am. All right. Ask Not, the Kennedys and the Women They Destroyed. A subscriber, I hate saying that word. I don't hate anything. That was too strong of a language. It's free participation. So, this is the intro video, the playlist. You know, all of the videos, the short clips that I have tried, and the videos, I have tried to compartmentalize the page to make it nice and tidy. For those of you that enjoy my singing, which I am an amateur and I do it just for fun, it's under singing. For those of you that enjoy my dancing, I think right now there's 75 shorts that I loaded onto one playlist. For those of you that think that I'm funny, you go to silliness. It's all under the playlist. There's so many. I have more videos than people that participate. However, this book means so much to me because I just can't even explain. He sent this to me. It meant a lot. So thank you for listening to my introduction, and the next video, just so you know where we left off, and I'm taking the cover off. It just makes it a little easier. And I've read the very first page. Then I read the statement that Maureen Callahan used to describe the Kennedys based on The Great Gatsby. I read the prologue, the author's note, Carolyn Bassett, then it goes to Jackie. I'll show you the format of the book. So it's called Ask Not, and it says for inconvenient women everywhere. And she goes on to say, take a snapshot. It's on page, well, I'm not sure, it doesn't say what page. At any rate, they were careless people. They smashed up things and creatures and then retreated back into their money or their vast carelessness. Now, when you think of the word vast, I mean vast. Think of that word and then think of the political power they had. But who was really running them? Frank Sinatra? The Italian mafia? I don't know. But at any rate, back into their money or their vast carelessness or whatever it was that kept them together and let other people clean up the mess they had made. Lest we forget all of the scandals. I'm 53 years old. I read the author's note. I read the entirety of the prologue. And I started part 1 with icons, and it was about Carolyn Bessette. And I stopped the very first time on page 5. Well, how does that work? How does it go page 4, 5, 8, and then 1? 4, 5, 8, 1. Is that something I'm supposed to try to figure out? Anyways, okay. So I killed myself laughing. I can't even say I killed myself laughing. I flew into a hysterical, childish laughter when I found out that JFK's he failed the bar exam 2 times. His mother paid for him to get through the bar exam. His first case was about a man who wanted to rob a bank, but he fell asleep with his gun in the car. Could he have put people in imminent danger? Okay, so then that was page, oh sorry, I can't read. It says page 4, 5, 8, 7, 8, not, what? Seriously, look at the pages. Oh, and I figured out how to get my fingernails green. I even put up my makeup on. All right, where we left off with Carolyn Bessette last time. You know, Carolyn Bessette and her sister passed away in that plane crash coming up 25 years ago. So right now, all right, fast forward through these parts till I put my thumb up. Okay. All right, here's where we left off. Okay. For those of you that are in your 50s, 60s, 70s, you will understand this book without me interjecting every 5 minutes. I know there are so many storybook tellers, and I have plugged and by my free will to channels that I admire, and I keep them on my playlist because I think YouTube should be a friendly place, not a competition. So for those of you that are sticking with me to read this book, because I know just by watching a gal's video, because she's so smart, she said, okay, well, I'm going to read this book and then we'll get right into the Kennedys. And I'm like, no, oh my gosh, no. But you know what? And then I thought, she has her way of doing her book reviews. I'm not a book critic. However, I lived through those times. My mother remembers where she was when JFK was, you know, and everything that I have learned from Alex Jones, Candace Owens, from reading Operation Mockingbird, unbelievable. The government, are they our friends? Do they really care? Because when I broke my femur, and that, you have to go to change.org and search Lasha Rodjenko to find out why I started the channel. It's morphed into something else. Having said all of that, I am just going to start off where we left off when Carolyn was talking about his confidence, and he was overconfident, and he was called a himbo, and calling him dumb, JFK Jr. That was the worst thing for people to call him, was dumb, because he was so privileged and entitled. And for any of you who have watched any documentaries about the Kennedys, they do not point out his philandering. He had multiple partners during his marriage with Jackie Bouvier Kennedy, later Onassis. And what you learn about what Jacqueline Kennedy went through during this book is absolutely horrendous. It really is. And what's so sad about it is I don't want to say they're horrible people, because my whole mission statement here, as silly as everybody might think this is, I don't care. I don't. Welcoming, respecting aspects of all people's societies. Okay? And you know where I got the watercolors? From Melody Moon. I got this book from a subscriber. This is a charity where I am trying to monetize, to make money, to help people. Now, I'm just going to, after this video, I'm uploading it, and I just want to take a quick review where we left off. And if you have this book, I'm actually going to take snap pages. You know what I'm going to do? Hi Sophie. This is Sophie, everybody. If you've not met Sophers. Hi Sophie. Hi Bobbins. Hello. That's Miss Sophie. So, yeah, okay, so at any rate, this is what page we're on. We're on page, it says page 8 and 9, okay? So we are starting with Carolyn Bessette. Just to review, page 8 of Ask Not. And believe it or not, the next video will probably be an hour and a half long. Every page I read, I'm taking a snapshot of it, and I'm putting it on the community page. So if you don't have the book, you can follow along with it and come to your own conclusions. I do not want to interrupt every time I read a book. When I first started this channel, that's originally what I wanted to do, was read books, because it's highly educational. It's good for my cognitive abilities based on what I went through in that wheelchair. Never mind the fact that I was numbed up with pain medication. You do not function well that way. That's another discussion we're going to have today, and I am going to share with you why I am so interested in the transgender movement, because a family member of mine, if he was still alive today, he would be 120. My family disowned him. I did not. I was 11, and I knew what a woman was. I knew who a man was. And I do not believe for 2 seconds that a 4-year-old can think they're in the wrong body. Listen to Candace Owens, her latest video, wherein she's talking to a transgender woman, okay? And I mean this with respect, because it's the doctors that are using modern day Okay, I had to get my rant out of the way, so instead of putting my makeup on and talking to you, I actually think that's kind of dumb. Except for Bailey. Bailey's the only person in the world that can do her makeup and talk about stories. She is so amazing. She has almost 1 million people that watch her. She's every channel that I watch. And keep in mind, my phone is probably going 24 hours a day because I'm very uncomfortable with silence. And that's the truth. That just gave me pause for thought. So even though Maureen Callahan is unforgiving in this book, which she should be, because that's what her belief system is. But remember, no matter what people read, it's not always gospel. However, Maureen Callahan took years to write this book, 2 or 3 years to write this book. And wait till we get to the pictures and the declassified. It's going to blow your mind. So she breaks it into parts about the women. And then after the women, she starts right on. She talks about Carolyn, Jackie, Marilyn Monroe, Jackie Onassis, Carolyn Bessette, and Carolyn Bessette's sister. And then she gets into Mary Jo Capecci. I know Mary Jo. The woman that Ted Kennedy allowed to suffocate. If you've ever watched the movie Jackie with Natalie Portman, if you've ever watched Chippewa, I can't pronounce it. I just haven't heard that movie's name in a long time, but it's where the incident happened. Chippa something, and he just let her suffocate. And then Bobby Kennedy Jr., who was going to run as a candidate or wanted to run, I saw him on Bill Maher and I thought, boy, oh boy. You know, I think there are probably about I would say maybe about a dozen families per country that really run this world. And that's what Whitney Webb believes. That's what I believe. And I've always said, you know, before COVID happened, I don't want to get on a tangent. I've been on for 20 minutes. That's my tangent today, everybody. You all know that I've got to get that out of my system. I'm uploading this. I haven't even had any marijuana today. No one cigarette, no marijuana, nothing. I'm uploading this. I'm coming back. Meet me back at high voltage in 20 minutes. And we're going to get right into Ask Not, the Kennedys, and the women they destroyed, because I want to leg up on this book. I've been waiting for this. And this could be something to help move the channel to get to the charity, and then I can start helping people. But me walking from here to Ottawa, I've realized it's only going to hurt me. I was so determined, but I did not realize, to my own great naivety, I do not trust. You can. In my personal opinion, in my personal experiences, and with what happened to me with that surgery. And then I was thinking of transgender and this modern day, which they do to women in countries so they don't have feelings of intimacy. And to take that away from somebody is to take away. Nobody should ever change what God gave us. Or for all I know, we could be run by aliens in a petri dish. I'm not that sinister. Melody Moon and Sarah from Australia. Oh my gosh, I miss your comments. And I like the comment that you wrote about Paula M. And look at Sarah, look, I've got a light. Do you want to see what light I'm using? Ready? This is my ring light. I can look like the Blair Witch Project if you so choose, or I can have blue eyes. All right, let me upload this, and then I'm keeping my butt stuck to this chair, and we are getting through Carolyn Bessette, Jacqueline Onassis, and I want to get to Marilyn Monroe today, okay? So this is going to be my long one, and I've said that for months and months and months. You know, I also started this channel to keep myself accountable. It's true. Okay. Oh, yeah. You're my girl, and enough is enough. I do not know where that came from, and goodbye.